안녕하십니까. 저희는 2022년 대구 영어 토크콘서트 톡톡의 사회를 맡게 된 학생운영위원회 위원장 최지원,
부위원장 김서영입니다. 본 행사에 앞서 중요한 안내 말씀드립니다. 본 행사는 라이브 스트리밍으로 총 1시간 30분가량 진행될 예정입니다. 스트리밍 도중 청중의 참가 확인을 위한 구글 폼 링크가 청중평가단 학생들에게 문자 메시지를 통해 전달될 예정입니다. 혹시 문자 메시지를 받지 못하셨다면 대구 글로벌 교육센터 홈페이지 상단 글로벌 교육란에 토크 콘서트 게시판 알림사항을 확인해 보시면 링크가 담긴 글이 있을 것입니다. 사전에 신청을 통해 선정된 청중평가단께서는 문자 메시지 내용 혹은 게시판의 글을 확인하여 참가 확인을 위한 간단한 설문을 작성해 주셔야 청중활동을 인정받을 수 있습니다.
아울러 청중평가단 모두가 연사팀의 소중한 강연에 집중할 수 있도록 연사팀의 발표가 진행되는 동안은 실시간 채팅을 자제해 주시길 부탁드립니다.
지금 모든 청중께서는 문자 메시지 혹은 게시판에 올라온 설문지를 작성하여 제출해 주시기 바랍니다. 2분 뒤 행사 진행을 재개하도록 하겠습니다.
오늘 이 행사가 있기까지는 저희 학생운영위원회들의 큰 노력이 있었는데요. 저희 2명을 포함한 학생운영위원들에게 큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
다음으로 국민의례를 생략하도록 하겠습니다.
아쉽게도 오늘 행사에 참석하지 못하신 대구광역시 교육청 강은희 교육감님께서 격려 인사를 영상으로 보내주셨습니다. 함께 시청하겠습니다.
Welcome everybody. I am Eunhee Kang, Governor of Daegu Metropolitan Office of Education. I would like to congratulate everyone for the successful ACE Daegu English Talk Concert Talk Talk. This year's theme is semicolon. I truly believe that Daegu English Talk Concert Talk Talk is a great opportunity for the students' brilliant ideas to be linked together, just as how a semicolon works in a sentence. I would like to praise the student speakers and student staff whose hard work and flexibility over the past 7 months have made all this possible. I would also like to show my appreciation for the teachers and the parents who have guided and supported you. I hope that you will improve your abilities as global citizens by sharing your sparkling ideas and valuable thoughts in English. I promise to do my best to support you as you continue to develop your talents and pursue your dreams. I am looking forward to seeing your growth and development. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Okay, then let's start the talk concert. This event is being held for 8th time this year, and I heard that this year's topic is semicolon, right?
Exactly. 2022 English Talk Concert topic is semicolon with the slogan, Challenge Yourself, Go Beyond Global. So our speakers did the best for almost 4 months to share their own special presentation right here.
That's right. I really hope that audience here and the online audience who are watching us beyond the camera can learn and get a lot out of speakers' creative and worthwhile speeches.
It would be great if we could listen to all speaker teams, but unfortunately, we did not have enough time to listen to all 37 teams. Representing the 37 teams, we're going to listen to the 10 teams that were selected as the best talk from the Coaching Native Speakers Assessments, Korean English Speakers Assessments, and the assessment by the audience.
Who is first in today's talk concert?
The first team to present is Team Bond from Seonghwa Girls High School. Team Bond is going to talk about their own experiences and difficulties in life. With the help of others in practice, they can continue to walk the road again. Let's check out what the Team Bond is going to tell you.
둘, 셋. Hello, we are Team Bond. Today, we are going to talk about our personal stories. I hope you enjoy them.
Hello everyone. I'm the bus driver who drives a bus called Bond. I pass through many stops every day. Students from different routes arrive from my bus. Every student has a story, and we lecture our stories during our bus rides. Shall we meet the friends now? Our first stop is about family. Oh, a student is about to take the bus. This is our friend Jian. Jian, what kind of memories do you have? Can you share it with us?
When I was 7, my friends started buying bicycles. I wanted to ride a bicycle when I saw them riding a bicycle. So I begged my mom to buy me a bicycle. I thought I could run as soon as I rode the bicycle, but it was too hard to keep my balance. I fell again and again and hurt my elbow and knee a lot. So I really wanted to give up, but my dad encouraged me to keep them. He said,
Jian, if you don't give up, you'll be able to ride it someday. Try again.
after practicing a lot with my dad, I can ride a bicycle easily now.
Oh, Jian has a memory of family. Family is our home. I think the memories with our family will last for a long time. Our next stop is about teacher. Our friend Eunyu is waiting for the bus. Let's listen to Eunyu's story.
I received a suggestion from my teacher at an elementary school festival that she would like to exhibit my work. I was so happy because at the time I loved making things out of clay in element. However, after thinking about what to submit, I eventually told my teacher that I would not publish my work. I was so self-conscious. I was scared because I was wondering what I would do if someone saw my work and criticized it behind my back. But my teacher told me to believe myself. She said,
Eunyu, your work is very cool. No one can speak ill of or despise your work. Don't worry about how other people will see you and do what you really want to do.
I was so motivated, so I submitted my work to the exhibition. As a result, my friends and my audience gave me great reviews.
Unyu overcame the obstacle with her teacher's support. It must have been hard, but Unyu made her work. It's cool. Our last stop is about French. It's time for science story.
I went on a school trip to Everland when I was in the 2nd grade of middle school. The bus ride to Everland was really fun. But after arriving, it started to rain. The rain didn't stop, it got stronger, and most of the rides were not running. Our teachers decided that we can't stay in Everland anymore, so we returned to the hotel. At first, I was very disappointed and wondered why it was raining today. I thought our school trip won't be fun anymore. Do you think I was right?
Yes,
No, I was wrong. It rained, but we went back to the bus wearing raincoats and singing. When we arrived at the hotel, we listened to each other's stories and got closer by talking about ourselves. It became a more precious experience because of the rain. It's simple, but this bonding moment was even better.
Everyone has their own experiences. Although there are difficulties in their life, with the help of others and practice, we can continue to work on endless road. Our memories will serve as a driving force for us to move forward. While both are still living to find your story. Even if the comma posts our stories, it will not end and continue forever. So, where is your bus going now? What's the name of your bus stop?
Thank you for listening.
This presentation gave me the time to reflect on myself where I am. Thank you, Team Bond, for the great presentation. We all have semicolons in our lives. The next team is going to talk about semicolon in terms of our lives.
Well, that sounds interesting. I like to hear them.
Now, this time, team speaker from Gyeongbuk National University Middle School is going to talk about semicolon as the power to survive the harsh word. Let's find out what it is about.
Life sucks. It hurts. It tries to push me down into an abyss with no end. It seems meaningless. I don't know where I'm headed, and I don't know where I am.
I'm lost. Maybe it's better to stop here. Maybe everything will be better without me.
About 14,000 suicide cases in 2021 of South Korea.
14,000 people who chose to end their life, their story with one last period. And it is time for us to realize the rawness and seriousness of this situation.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are Olivia,
Erica,
team speaker. Today we'd like to send out a message. A strong message about suicide.
And we'd like to do this by using a semicolon.
So before anything, we would like to firstly justify what a semicolon is. Semicolon in English grammar is a common punctuation used to link clauses together, right? But we believe that we can expand this term semicolon and apply it to life. More specifically, in this speech, we want to send out semicolons to the ones who are falling, to the ones who are on the brink of giving up. And so we re-justify semicolons as the courage to get back up again, the bravery to stand up once more. There might be an option to stop, but the decision to keep going, we believe, is what makes you a true hero, the strongest and greatest hero in your own story.
Every life is a hard one. It's not always easy, and we all go through failures, trials and errors, and tribulations. Sometimes even the pure misery with the urge to let go of everything, because the burden we all hold on to our backs, it's tremendous.
So sometimes, when you think it's all too much, asking for a hand could be one great idea. because sometimes you might be surprised to find out that there's a lot of hands out there who are willing to reach out.
And so in our speech, we want to be the hands that reach out. We want all of you to help these people around you. We want everyone to act. But how?
Look, listen, and feel. Look around you. Look for signs. Severe depression or even giving things away could be hints screaming that I need help. Listen to them in conversations. Open your ears to their emotions. And finally, feel for them. Empathize with them and let them know you're all ears. Now, here's a real-life story of Erica making magic and semicolons with LLF.
Last year spring, with all those new term frills, I met my friend Chloe. Chloe was a sweet and lovely person who loved to give compliments to others. But was it because of her kindness? Chloe always had trouble dealing with bad friends around. Chloe's lack of self-confidence eventually brought her to a stage of serious suicide impulse. To help Chloe get back her semicolon again, I had many conversations with her. I would look directly into her eyes, listen, and have sympathy for her. I would tell her that you are a better person than you think, and you could stand up and race to the end again. Eventually, it seemed to work. Chloe began to find her smile back, and she also had her new dream of being a teacher. What Chloe truly needed was others' trust and attention in her.
You see, though taking action may sound grand, there isn't really much to do. All you need to do is look, listen, and feel. The little love and attention we give to those around us can make a huge difference. Dear Mr. and Miss Speaker, today we wanted to help you all act. Remember, LLF, look, listen, and feel. But this also could be a little love for friends. The little love that we give can turn not only their lives, but also ours back up again. So help them get their semicolon back.
You have to know that this applies to all of us as well. We all have semicolons in our stories. We all are human beings that could soar to the sky or fall beneath the earth in a second. So don't be afraid to fall.
Don't be afraid to soar.
You could be giving out hands in one.
Could be the one in need in two.
Giving love will come back to us when we need it.
Semicolon is the power for mankind to survive the harsh world together. So turn the period into a semicolon. Thank you.
I was so impressed by their speech. They gave me the courage to live my life on my own.
Who's next to present?
Next team to present is Team UB Muhan from Gangbuk High School. Do you know what their Team UB Muhan means?
Of course, it means if you are well prepared for something, you will have no worries.
Perfect. The next team is going to talk about the importance of being prepared in life, as their team name says. Let's find out what they're going to say.
Hello guys, I'm Jion.
I'm Jinyoung.
And I'm Ryunu.
And I'm Jaehoon. We are UB Muhan from Gangbuk High School. Do you know what it means, UB Muhan? Do you know? And you. It is a Chinese idiom meaning get ready, no worries. And it is related to our topic. When you think of a semicolon, what comes to your mind? Many people think it is a punctuation mark used to link sentences in the written text. Or some may associate it with a puzzle emoticon like this. And what else? If you are a computer maniac, it may remind you one of the coding sources like this. As you can see, there must be a semicolon at the end.
No. We thought of it in a different way. When we looked at it, a person that did for the wrong jump popped up in our minds. You know why? Look carefully at this punctuation mark. The dot on the top looks like a player set. And the comma down below looks like a body. You got it? Yes. Well, you don't get it. That's okay. Then we'll show you because we have prepared a lot. For all of you, we have a special guest, Mr. Walking Semicolon. Welcome him. He looks just like a semicolon, right? Okay, let's move on to our story. When you do a long jump, I think getting ready is most important. Without preparation, you jump like this. Ooh. But if you prepare, you could jump like this. He jumps much better, does he? It looks like a simple process, but whether you prepare or not makes a big difference. The same applies to our lives. We need to keep in mind these two words, being ready.
Here are a couple of stories on how important it is to be prepared. Our school runs a mentoring program. We, second graders in high school, went over many tips about school life and class subject to first graders so they can transition easily. At first, the contents we planned to teach them were so easy, and we thought we already knew what to do. So, we did not prepare much. If you have the same experience like this, you will know what I'm going to say. I don't want to remember such a horrible day. We didn't know what to teach or what to ask. We ruined everything. So, to prevent another horrible day, we prepared more and more before the mentoring program started. We made a PPT like this. Yeah, we prepared. As a result, our mentoring program ended with success. Students and teachers were satisfied with our result.
Okay, it's my turn. Have you heard of this song? Yeah, it's from a Squid Game. This TV drama is popular all around the world. It is really mega hit drama. For more information, it is a survivor game to win 45.6 billion won like this. It's a lot of money, right?
Yes.
If you got this money, you buy something for you, such as a car or a diamond, or what you want. Do you want to get it?
Yes.
You want?
Yes.
Unfortunately, we don't have enough money for you, and sorry for that. Also, do you know the secret about it? I bet you don't. It has been trying to be made into a TV show since 2008, but no studios were interested. However, it is the director's constant effort and preparation that make a dream into real like this. Without them, there is no Squid Game on Earth. This is what we want to say today. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. This is what Benjamin Franklin said. As he said, without preparing for something, you will be unlikely to succeed. Like this, getting ready is the ticket to success, isn't it? What do you think? And thank you for listening our presentation.
Thank you for the presentation. Now I found out preparation is the key to success. Please wait for us to clean up the stage. The three members of our next team consist of two different schools, which are Posan High School and Yeongseong Girls High School. This team is going to talk about the changes the COVID-19 has made on the society. Please welcome them with a big round of applause.
$3,000. Do you know what this number means? After the outbreak of COVID-19, 2,959 patients across the country were denied treatment in the hospital's emergency room until October 2021. 500 million. How about this? Do you know what this means? The horseshoe crab has existed for 480 million years and is also called a living fossil. Recently, there have been constant warnings that they could be endangered due to the vaccines. Hello, we're Team SSJ. And today we're gonna show you our movie, The Infected World.
Ah, she yells. She is pregnant and the due date has come. Hang in there, let's go to the hospital, her husband shouts. When they arrive at the hospital refuses to accept her. As a result, the baby dies and she is taken to intensive care. Here, an old man is walking with his son, but suddenly, an old man feels a severe headache and collapses. His son is really surprised and tries to take him to the hospital to save him. He carries his father on his back and runs and runs and runs. He goes to all the hospitals on his way, but no hospital helps him. Actually, they can't. Do you guys really think this makes sense? How can they capture most horseshoe crabs just for the property of humans? They do not just capture them, they make crabs become endangered. Though we are in a severe situation, we don't have any rights to kill animals. A researcher sighs while conducting an experiment. He objects to this experiment involving people because he thinks it's unethical. However, the experiment is still proceeding and he feels disappointed.
This was the story of our movie. We didn't tell you the characters' names. Can you guess their names? Actually, it's not the story we made. The characters were us, people here, people in this world. We are living in a serious epidemic, COVID-19. This has led to many changes in our daily lives, one of which is lower accessibility to the medical system. The pregnant woman was refused by the hospital just because she had one of the COVID-19 symptoms, high fever. The old man couldn't go to the hospital because all the hospitals around him were focused on only treating COVID-19. Like this, unlike before COVID-19, the accessibility to the medical system lowered. In addition, there is another issue we need to think about. Ethical standards weren't followed in research as before COVID-19. Though everyone knows that ethical standards should be followed in any situation, COVID-19 is a serious disease, so people just rush it to the research. The blood of horseshoe crabs is good for coagulating when bacteria invade, and people have used them a lot. Until now, they are becoming endangered to develop vaccines. Also, there was an experiment on the human body. Some experts say that those are acts that violate medical ethics, and participants can suffer from after effects. Like the preceding, ethical standards weren't followed during COVID-19 era.
Semicolon. What does it mean to you guys? Semicolon is a punctuation mark used to break a sentence for a while and then continue the explanation. We think COVID-19 plays a role of semicolon in our society. As mentioned earlier, due to COVID-19, there was reduced accessibility to the medical system and ethical standards were followed in research. But now, thanks to medical development and vaccines and so on, it's getting solved and getting better.
We are adapting to COVID-19 situation, so from now on, we can solve these kinds of problems. It will be easy for people to go to see a doctor, and better ethical standards will be followed. Not only that, but there will also be developments in various fields. And it will turn a crisis into an opportunity, as it has always been, to make our humanity prosperous. This is the end of our talk. Thank you for listening.
That is very informative. This presentation relates the notion of semicolon to the situation going on with COVID-19.
The fifth team is Team Comma from Gyeongmyeong Girls High School. This team is going to share a new perspective on semicolon. And they will invite you to the radio channels they made. Let's take them with a big round of applause.
Hello, we're Comma. We looked at the semicolon from a new perspective on self-development. When you turn the semicolon, it looks like a period and a comma side by side. And several semicolons are linked together like a chain. Therefore, we have a new interpretation that the process of growing again after stopping in the face of hardships is repeated. And so, we've defined semicolons as opportunities for growth. Now, we're going to show you what kind of problems we've experienced in career, academics, and relationships, and how we solve them by radio episode. Let's go!
I hope you are doing well. This is DJ On of 12 o'clock radio Finding Dream. Today is a story of high school girl living in Daegu. Let's make a phone call right now. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to my channel. What's your problem?
I don't know what I'm good at and like it. Everyone around me follows their dream, but I think I'm the only one behind. How can I find my dream?
Let's see. You're not sure what you're good at? I also sympathize with your story. There was a time when I was the only one who couldn't decide the future. I considered about what I'm good at or like, and by experiencing them one by one, I found something that suited me. I found out that I like clothes that go well with others. So I follow my friends when they choose clothes or listen to their concerns about clothes. Through various experiences, my career path and my goals became clear. I hope my solution helps, and I'll end my radio here. Then see you next time. Bye! Thanks for coming to my channel. I'm DJ Hin of 6 o'clock radio, Dinner with Me. Today, I would like to make a phone call with a high school girl in Gwangju and listen to her story. So, shall we go? Hi.
Hello.
What's your concern?
I think I'm in a slump this day about studying. I don't know why I have to study and I don't want to do anything. What should I do?
A studying slump? Everyone goes through different kinds of studying slump during puberty. I also couldn't avoid these burnout symptoms. So I managed my life pattern effectively to get it over. I try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, not to be lazy. Also, I recommend you to separate your study and personal time. I was able to overcome my study slump easily through these methods. I hope this solution will be helpful for you. Then see you at this time tomorrow. Bye!
Hi guys, I'm DJ Yoon of Strayna channel. We'll listen to the story of a high school girl living in Seoul. Hi, please tell me about your story.
Hello, I have been having trouble with relationships lately. Conflicts with my parents and friends never stop. How can I solve this problem?
Oh, relationship troubles. I fully understand your situation. Frequent conflicts were also my concern, but I solved it by 2 methods. The first is to have time alone until you regain your reason. This helps organizing thoughts and communicating opinions. Secondly, I used a question and answer conversation for a non-hurtful conversation. This helps you prevent misunderstandings. If you try these 2 methods, you will definitely get a lot of help in relationships. I hope my little advice can help you, and I'll be back with a new story next time.
Did you enjoy it? We shared our own semicolon story based on a new definition of semicolons that uses hardships as an opportunity to grow. We think the story of semicolons will make you understand yourself well and become a person of distinct individuality. Furthermore, we are confident that a society of semicolon story is where diversity is realized based on creative ideas and individuality. How about not staying with your semicolons, but rather moving on? We support the beginning of your comma. Thank you very much. We are comma.
That was a very creative speech using the radio channels. This presentation helps me understand myself better. The talk concert is already in the middle. I'm curious about the audience's reactions.
So there's a surprise event that we prepared. I will listen to the audience's thoughts on this year's talk concert. Let's take a look together.
How do you feel about today's talk concert?
I've heard 5 interesting stories so far, and I'm glad that I could listen to various stories about semicolon. I want to hear about the other 5 teams quickly.
Right, we're learning toward the end of the presentation, and it's nice to hear all the details of semicolon. I learned about a lot from speaker's presentation. Let's take a look at the rest of the presentation now.
Well, I'm so happy that the audience is enjoying it. Then I'll continue. Could you introduce the next team?
Okay, this time is Team Wiki from Tongdo Middle School. Team Wiki is going to talk about the various meanings of semicolon in life. Why don't we hear their stories? Please welcome them with a big round of applause.
Hi, we're Team Wiki.
I'm Yevin.
And I'm Yunji. Hey guys! You look so tired today. What did you say? Too much homework to do? Too much academies and too much exams? You want to rest, but you can't? Then let me ask a question here. Is it a can't rest or a don't rest? Do you think that taking a break is just a waste of time already limited, and it's just a laziness? We are here today to shatter your prejudice and tell you that sometimes the better solution for your problems is simply just giving yourself time to rest. Have you ever heard of a semicolon? A semicolon is a punctuation that links 2 independent clauses. A semicolon is a very useful tool that makes your sentences more organized and easy to read. In fact, it is very helpful once used in your daily life too.
A semicolon can also mean a point in life where you take a break from everything to give yourself some time to organize your thoughts. Many people see this as just laziness, but that is not the case. It would be nice to drop everything that's been bugging you once in a while, wouldn't it? A semicolon can differ from person to person depending on their life and the environment they live in. It can range from the smallest things, such as taking a break from your hobbies, to something big, such as a stagnation of a whole nation.
First of all, we're going to introduce about COVID-19, a situation related to a semicolon.
Then I will talk about my personal struggles and how I overcame them using a semicolon.
Lastly, we're going to tell you about animal hibernation and tell you that sometimes it's absolutely okay to take a break. As you heard it just a while ago, semicolons can range from small to big. And there are realistic situations that are happening right now in this exact moment. COVID-19. I suppose you all know COVID-19 very well because we're actually living in this pandemic situation and experienced such stagnations. Economic slowdown occurred and everyone had to stay indoors to avoid COVID-19 that resulted in the utter quietness of the streets once crowded with people. This instance is also sort of a semicolon. The whole nation had an inactive state of rest. Although there were some negative impacts due to the disease, there are in fact diverse benefits from this long-term rest too. First of all, staying indoors strengthened family bonds, and this led to love and dependence between family members that resulted in 9.8% less occurrence of divorce in Korea. In addition, online and vaccine industries boosted and accomplished significant developments in many fields of technology. Meanwhile, COVID-19 also gave us courage and strong belief that we can conquer any hardships if we join hands all together.
There isn't any way to define what a semicolon is since it's different for everyone. For me, semicolons happen every month or so. I enjoy drawing and draw all the time, but there are times where I run out of ideas or just lack motivation. When that first happened to me, I was scared I would no longer be able to draw, so I panicked and forced myself to draw, even though I didn't want to. But that just made things worse. Eventually, I gave up and got off drawing for a while. When I came back, I was much better than the last time I had drawn. Then, a few months later, the same thing happened to me again. But that time, instead of forcing myself to draw, I let go of anything related to art and gave myself some time to rest.
If you have ever felt like you shouldn't take a break, just remember, every living creature on this earth has taken a break before, so you need not worry. Think of animals. When winter comes, they take their food and hide in their little caves until spring comes. They hibernate to conserve their energy. If they use all the energy they have, they won't be able to function. Humans too are animals. So what makes you think that you can live without ever taking a break? A person should never feel guilty for having a rest.
Numerous countries, a girl enjoying her hobby, and even animals won't be able to last without a break. It may seem fine at first, but if you don't give yourself time to rest, eventually the stress will catch up to you. Taking a break is not laziness, it's self-care. Always remember, it's up to you to decide whether you need a break or not. Trust us, it will change your life for the better.
See you again with a happier smile next time.
To you with endless possibilities ahead.
This has been Team Wiki. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Team Wiki, for the great presentation. They gave a chance to think about how important taking a break is in our lives.
I'm looking forward to the next team's performance. Who's in the next team?
The next team is called ADP, and this team is from Gyeongbuk National University High School. The team ADP is going to share their experience of working together as a team with us. Please welcome Team ADP for their presentation.
Hello, we're Team ADP. What if we still have COVID-19 as an obstacle to working together in real life? maybe it'll be a disaster. Some of you will think that is slightly exaggerated. However, after listening to our presentation, you'll think differently. During the pandemic, our life suddenly turned into a life where online interaction became the normal thing to do. However, the situation had changed. We now have more chances to proceed with our team projects. As I've always dreamed of becoming a biologist, I started a biological environmental experiment about biodegradability. We can anticipate positive effects on the environment and also pursue our dreams by working together after the pandemic. As a result, it was a huge success, all thanks to teamwork. What we have learned from all these experiences during the COVID situation was that it was not a full stop, but a semicolon that allows us to spread our dreams. So from now on, we'll share our experiences of working together in real life after the pandemic.
My friends and I were starving to express and make ideas into a real thing. One of the ideas was a school community and edutech platform, and we named it Ivy Forest. Ivy Forest is an edutech platform which helps students in a lot of ways, like providing an educational platform and a community for students. When Ivy Forest first started, many problems occurred. Our team didn't have any place to work together in one space, and it was not possible to proceed with social activities. Our working speed got slower and slower. The team's graphic designer had a hard time becoming familiar with our team's other designers as well as developers. So we felt it was hard to communicate with others. The argument between team members began and grew deep, and our problems of our teams really piled up. Also, there was almost no team record, and the working speed got slower and slower, coming to a standstill. Time passed, and we became second graders. It was not completely ours, but we got our meeting room in our school, and we could work together in an offline world. And also, we made a ticketing system for our school festival, made a course registration system for our international baccalaureate first graders, and so on. And now we are making more services to provide to students of our school. We progressed to an educational program about design, computer science, and many other things. It was named Rocket Camp. Sadly, because of COVID-19, we couldn't do the camp offline, and the situation for our team is the same. We couldn't make an actual meeting for our work, so we just did an online meeting, and it led to an increase in working hours. But after the COVID-19, we made an actual meeting. We did internal training in offline work, and it made a big growth in our team's members' skills like programming skills and designing skills. Also, it improved our team's chemistry. And finally, because of that change, our team activity has become more efficient and active.
All members of ADP felt the same sensation that after the pandemic, team projects got so much easier and more efficient than before. What we have learned from these experiences is that the COVID situation was not a full stop, but a semicolon that allowed us to spread our dreams by finding out problems and working together, and finally making solution for the student. Thank you for listening.
It was a very interesting topic. Thank you again for giving a valuable presentation. Could you introduce the next team?
The next team is called Mid-5 from Seongso Middle School. The team Mid-5 wants you to join the treasure hunt. Aren't you curious about their treasure hunt? Let's listen to their presentation now.
Greetings, everyone. I guess you're all here to join the treasure hunt today. I'm the MC, and I'll be giving out clues to help you. Now, are you ready? Oh, come on. Haven't you eaten your breakfast yet? Okay. Well, let's try it once more. Now, are you ready? Okay, now that's more like it. Then, without further hesitation, let the treasure hunt begin.
Let's go find the treasures. Come on, Yunji.
Wait for me.
Are there any problems? Are you good?
I can't find the treasures.
Well, it seems like you're a little confused. Let me give you a clue. The treasure is a link between two different topics.
You get what it's talking about?
No.
I guess I should give you a further explanation then. Take the Four Seasons, for example. For Vivaldi, the treasure was the link between music and nature. This enabled him to compose one beautiful piece of music.
So you mean finding the treasure is the same thing as finding the link between different topics? Then the treasure doesn't have to be a material thing after all.
This was it. Then I found the treasure too. A few months ago, I was thinking about what present I should give to my friend on her birthday. So I was looking it up on the internet and I found the perfect present for her. A Pokemon ice cream. Some of you might be thinking, that's a strange choice for a birthday present. Well, surprisingly, she was amazed at how I could find the exact thing she wanted. Pokemon was trending and she loved ice cream, so I thought it would be a good combination.
Looks like you found a treasure between your friends' two different interests.
There may be different topics that seem separate, but if you look closer in detail, you'll likely find parts where they overlap. As you know, practice makes perfect. Eventually, you will be able to find treasures between many different topics. Oh, wait. Did I just give out too many clues?
No, not at all.
Actually, you can give out some more clues. I mean, if you want to.
Thinking about it, haven't we already done something similar at school? Remember learning about tessellation in class? Tessellation is a repeating geometric patterns. I was really impressed about how two different subjects, math and art, were mixed together and turned into one creative lesson.
Yeah, I really liked the lesson too. I guess these lessons would help us develop our abilities to find the treasure.
Great. Now I have a question for you. How do you think the importance of the treasure will change in the future?
Wouldn't it become even more important? You know Netflix, a worldwide famous streaming platform. Did you know that there are also treasures hidden in Netflix? When we watch movies on Netflix, we use the internet to stream or download what we want to watch. By linking the internet and the movies, people could use Netflix anywhere, anytime they want.
Like Netflix, finding the treasure is already an ability that is used in many successful corporations. As time goes by, the impact one event can have on the world is increasing. For example, Squid Game created a boom in America and many European countries. Isn't it surprising how a drama could affect countries on the other side of the world?
Whoa, that kind of reminds me of a semicolon. A semicolon connects to different sentences. Similarly, the treasure connects to different subjects. Therefore,
the ability to find the treasure will become more important in the future. In other words, a person who can play the role of a semicolon will be spotlighted, right?
well, it seems like you two have completely understood my point. But unfortunately, it seems like we don't have much time left. Our time ends here, but do not worry, students. Our journey to find treasures around the world will continue on.
We should better get on with the treasure hunt.
Good idea. So, be your Team Meet Flyer, and thank you for listening, everyone.
It was a stage where I could feel the passion of the Team Mid Flyer. That was a great presentation.
Can you tell us who our next team is?
Today's ninth team is Hada from Cheonghwa Middle School. Their title of presentation is Change the World.
Well, that sounds so interesting. I can't wait to hear their stories. Please welcome them with a round of applause.
Let us change the world.
In our presentation, we're going to talk about the ways to change the world. I bet most of you have dreamed to become a superstar or a superhero who can change the world when you are young, right?
Right, everyone? Was it just me?
And unfortunately, that doesn't happen in real world because many people give up in front of the harsh real life. So our team wanted to say how to change and live your new life and I can give you hope. So I'm gonna telling us by starting now.
When we first heard the word semicolon, we thought of a parallel structure. Our team wanted to point out the way people think. Most people live in a linear structure. We mean living a life in a linear phase, like going to the elementary school, middle school, high school, university, finding a job, settling down, and retiring. We're not saying that's wrong, but it seems that people often follow other people's routes without their goals or thoughts. Have you thought of your dream? What you want to do? Here's an example of a parallel structure, a YouTuber. Going to the university or not going is not the difference between parallel and linear structure. What we want to say is that such jobs like a YouTuber are a job which requires passions and make them think of goals to reach their achievement. Through parallel structure thinking, we not only can find our dream, but also achieve a successful life even if one of our goals collapse. From this topic, we want to start by telling you about our stories.
First of all, I will tell you about my story. I used to be a figure skater since I was 6. And I trained so hard that I went to training 6 days a week. And I tried really hard to achieve my dream, and finally I started to get awards from numerous contests. And it was not only a single prize, but also, as you can see, a lot of gold medals too. However, when I got closer to my dream, I got injured badly. At first, the doctor, my parents, and I thought it wasn't quite so serious, but after receiving an MRI, we found out that my bone was fractured, so eventually I had to stop skating. At the time, I was so depressed. I felt like my future was over. However, I started to find new hobbies to get away from depression, and drawing was that. And thinking about it, I found out that I was talented in drawing. Starting from that, I went to an art academy to find my new career. And as you can see, those are some of my paintings. And through this process, I found my new dream, and that was to become a fashion designer. Have you guys heard about the word 좌고 우면? This word basically means not only to look forward, but also look left and right. Racehorses always look forward because they wear blinders, which allows them to chase only one goal. And me, when I was chasing only one goal as a figure skater, I myself felt like a racehorse. However, after looking at different alternatives through the parallel structure way of thinking, I found my new dream and talent, which made my heart beat with strong enthusiasm.
As Yadam said earlier, there are huge stories about dreams, but I'm sure there's someone like me who are uncertain about their dreams. So I'm going to start talking about my story now. A few years ago, I was a student who had no confidence and didn't like presentations. But while doing a group project at school, I found myself in a dilemma. I was made to be in charge of delivering the presentation, which I hated the most. I was nervous whenever I stood in front of people, but I tried to do my best in my position. But while practicing, because the process wasn't going well, I had to change my position and I would be in charge of writing the script. As a result, my group won first place. And during the evaluation, my teacher told me that the script was very good. Through this experience, I learned that I could produce good results if I thought actively in a format of parallel structure. I was also able to achieve positive energy and even end up with better results.
As we've talked about so far, to effectively solve the problem we face, we need to use various options and opportunities we have. And Steve Jobs is one of the people who ideally realized the idea we wanted to present. He became a talent who changed entire worlds by parallel structure way of thinking. Did he have great success with Apple starting from the first? No. He faced numerous challenges, but he went to a success because he didn't look up to only one goal.
The story does not only relate to Steve Jobs, but also to many who changed the world, such as Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, who all went through this process. Parallel structure thinking not only gave birth to these talents, but also played a role in connecting the pre- and post-revolutionary societies together, just as semicolons connect sentences.
Many people live in a life with linear structure, life of chasing only one goal and life of failing when it collapses. So our team wanted to present the idea of parallel structure way of thinking. And your life can be your own story that will come after your own semicolon. And it's your own story that you actively made into various options.
So, what are you going to do to change the world? And what story will come after your own semicolon?
Tell us about your story. Thank you.
It's so cool that Jay made such a great presentation under the theme of semicolon.
So now we only have one team left. What topic will this team give a presentation about?
Our last team, named VIP from Hawon High School, will talk about how to overcome depression.
That sounds very important in our lives. Since they are the last team, please give them a big round of applause.
Hello!
Hello everyone!
Hello everyone, nice to see you. We are the team P. P. Have you ever felt heartbroken, sad, or like dying for no particular reason?
About 40% of Korean teenagers have experienced depression. Among them, almost 20% had severe depression and about 8% killed themselves. Do the students have anyone who can reach out when they have such a hard time?
We feel very sorry for this situation.
So we hope to send warm, encouraging words to you through this speech. I'm not trying to say useless words like, "Live it, the curse die," "cheer up," or "lots and lots of people are struggling more than you."
As teenagers in Korea, we're gonna make a presentation that really cheers you up. We hope this will help you get away from your depression more easily.
First of all, express yourself.
Why? Why don't you know my mind? Don't you understand? If I had to tell you, we would have said this one time at least.
We sure understand you really wish them to know how terribly painful you feel.
As you can see, many students with depression don't tend to express their mind open. But this way, there will not be anything to solve.
From now on, when you feel depressed, think of your mind as a traffic light.
If the red light turns on you, stop for now. Take a deep breath and calm the emotions right now.
After that, if your emotion turn orange, think rationally. Why are you having a hard time now? Why are you annoyed like this now? If you have enough time to know your feelings, your emotion will turn green soon.
Then ask the people you love for help. There are many precious people around us who will help us. Please remember that.
Last but not least,
be the person who knows how to give up halfway.
Halfway.
Yes, halfway.
How do you feel when you hear the words give up halfway? Perhaps all kinds of negative words might come to your mind.
Our society tends to call those who give up a failure. You, feeling depressed, may be tied up to the idea that you should not give up.
But is the person who gives up the real loser?
We don't think so. We are likely to be good at different things. Don't put your energy into things that are not possible for you. When you reach your limit, you better give up.
People might blame you for giving up, but just look back on the process you walked through. It's never been easy. If you tried hard enough, that's a success.
What's wrong with your giving up? As long as you're not a failure in your life.
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 Yes, a life, right?
Please give yourself a hug if even you try constantly and only to give up. And talk to yourself. You've decided to give up. Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
To find a thing you like.
Like a semicolon. A semicolon is a punctuation mark that combines periods and commas. It puts an end to what you did first and helps you restart with a comma. We believe giving up is just like a semicolon. So you can start something new again.
We think that you are such a precious person. It's not wrong to feel depressed.
According to a study, adolescents can easily fall into depression due to irregular hormonal changes during a rapid growth.
So, don't blame yourself for being depressed and ease your mind. We are still growing. It's no wonder to get depressed.
There is a saying, success is never built on success. Please be nice to yourself. With your warm heart who is crying in the dark.
Don't worry.
Be happy.
Love yourself.
Thank you very much.
For your listening. Thank you.
I was so impressed by the phrase, success is never built on success. It is said that failure is the mother of success. We should not be afraid of failure. That's also a part of our lives. So, now we've listened to all best talks. How was it, everyone? Isn't it amazing that a simple word, semicolon, can tell so many different stories?
That's right. Let's give a big round of applause once again to the speakers who delivered great presentations today.
Now it's time to wrap up the English Talk concert, Talk Talk. Challenging yourself, going beyond global, will continue in the future. I hope today will be a valuable memory for the audience as well.
2022년 대구 영어 토크 콘서트 톡톡을 마칠 시간이 다가오고 있습니다. 함께 해주신 청중 여러분 감사드리며 청중 활동 참가 확인을 위한 설문을 아직 마치지 못하셨다면 지금 문자 메시지로 전달된 링크 혹은 대구 글로벌 교육센터 홈페이지 글로벌 교육 항목에 대구 영어 토크 콘서트 톡톡 알림사항 게시판 글을 참고해 설문지에 답변을 꼭 해주시기 바랍니다.
Please remember that Daegu English Talk concert, Talk Talk, will keep going on. Challenge yourself, go beyond global. 지금까지 사회자 최지원,
김서영이었습니다.
감사합니다. 저희 그 본식은 다 끝났긴 했는데 그 연사팀이랑 학우니 여러분들 다 같이 사진